Jackie, Isidro, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
We have Desert View, freshman Desert View, big senior at Sunnyside High School. Junior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not there yet.
Almost. I know, the years go by so quickly.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're junior out this year. How's remote learning going for you guys?
So far, pretty good.
Yeah?
It's different, but we're getting used to it as much as we can. Adapting.
You're adapting? Same thing?
Yeah.
How's it be like transition to be a freshman and do remote at the same time? Pretty intense?
Yeah, it was kind of like hard to like take in like all the information that's coming to me. Like I'm gonna be a freshman and I'm doing online.
Okay.
So it's really different.
And you're gonna come back hybrid mode?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to school.
Jackie, what are you gonna do?
I'm doing remote.
You'll do remote.
Yeah, mostly because, I wanted to ask you, what are like the schools doing to prepare for going back to school for hybrid learning?
That's a great question. So we've got a lot in play right now. We have this thing called a mitigation plan. In that plan is a multiple page document, talks about a lot of the things that we're doing. So first and foremost, we're trying to reduce the amount of students that are in the classroom. That's the biggest thing, right? And so that's why we ask people to choose hybrid or remote. Right now we have about 50% of our student body that wants to stay hybrid and 50% that want to stay remote.
I'm excited to go back to school, but I know it's gonna take a group effort for us to follow the guidelines.
Yeah, that's going to take a lot of work on students' part, because the first thing you're going to want to do, and many are, when they see your friends for the first time having, is what? Give a hug.
Yeah.
High five.
Right, high five, and really working to refrain from doing so. Masks are going to be something that we are not going to let people take off, unless they're kind of trying to adjust. And more importantly, we're going to have to make sure people aren't hugging on each other and giving high fives and keeping the distance. So what do you say? Can I count on both of you to help us reduce the risk and implement the safety measures we have in place on our campuses?
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Holmes.
For sure, we want to keep the ones we love safe and stay safe as well.
Absolutely.
To show how committed we are, we even brought you a little something.
Oh, awesome. All right, thank you.
The Center for Disease Control, the Arizona Department of Health Services, and the Pima County Health Department have provided us with guidance on school safety measures that are designed to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Over the last few months, school staff has worked to ensure that the proper safety measures are in place in order for us to responsibly welcome students back to campus for hybrid in-person learning. We'd like to walk you through the safety protocols we have in place to help protect our staff and students. Students riding the school bus will be required to wear a mask at all times. Students will be directed to sanitize their hands prior to being seated and as they exit the bus. Students from the same household will be allowed to share a seat and/or to sit in close proximity. Otherwise, students will be properly distanced to meet the safety guidelines. Transportation staff will disinfect the bus seats and high-touch surfaces after each school bus route. Following school bus safety practices is essential to protecting the health and safety of staff and students. By working together, we can keep everyone as safe as possible. Schools are stocked with personal protective equipment such as hand sanitizer, hand soap and disinfectant, gloves, and masks. Please remember that students are responsible for bringing their own masks to school. Hand sanitizing stations have been placed throughout each building. Signage has been posted throughout every building with reminders to keep masks on and to maintain social distancing. Signs in bathrooms are highly visible and help remind everyone that proper hand washing helps reduce the spread of COVID. All schools have been supplied with floor stickers that will help to indicate single direction traffic and also to mark 6 feet of social distancing in areas where lines may form. Plexiglass protection screens have been installed at all schools to provide a protective barrier between guests and staff. Teachers will be setting up their classrooms so that all desks are forward-facing. In classrooms where individual desks are not available, plexiglass dividers will be placed on tables to provide protection for each student. Each classroom is equipped with hand sanitizer, and no-touch automatic dispensers are also located in the hallways throughout each school building. We know that one of the best ways to protect ourselves and others is by using a face mask. Students and staff will be required to wear a protective face mask at all times. Everyone is responsible for providing their own masks. All drinking fountains that do not have self-filling station capability have been disabled. We have installed touchless drinking fountains throughout the schools. We highly encourage students and staff to bring their own water bottles from home so they can refill as needed throughout the day. Students will pick up their breakfast as they enter the school and eat in a designated area. Breakfast may also be delivered to classrooms as in past practice. Cafeterias will be set up for social distancing and the traffic flow patterns will be adjusted to eliminate lines and congregation points. Schools will add additional lunch times to reduce the amount of students in the cafeteria when necessary. Some sites may incorporate lunch in classrooms with supervision to reduce transition and numbers. All food service staff will also be required to wear face masks and gloves during meal service. High-tech equipment has been purchased and custodial staff have been trained on the proper use of all cleaning equipment and chemicals. While students and staff are on campus, we'll use the cleaner known as Oxivir, which is known to kill the COVID-19 virus in 60 seconds. Oxivir is a non-irritating chemical that can be safely used without personal protective equipment. We have invested in several portable handheld electrostatic sprayers to effectively apply the Oxivir cleaner. All schools are equipped with several sprayers. Bathrooms will be serviced every 2 hours, picking up debris, flushing toilets, checking paper and soap dispensers, and lastly, disinfecting with Oxivir on an as-needed basis throughout the day. Although Oxivir will not be kept in classrooms for safety reasons, teachers will be able to check out their own sprayers from the front office to disinfect high touch points in their classrooms as needed. All of our sites also have Clorox 360 machines. Night custodians will thoroughly disinfect sites every day using the 360 machine with a hospital-grade chemical known as Virex. When sprayed with the 360 machine, an electrostatic charge is created, which allows the chemicals to attach itself to any hard surface, killing the COVID-19 virus within 10 minutes. Custodians have been trained to wear personal protective equipment while applying Virex and have also been trained on the proper usage of this machine. Parents are expected to screen their children daily prior to sending them to school and should be checking temperatures and making sure that children are not displaying any of the COVID symptoms. We also want to share with you that our school nurses have been working closely with the Pima County Health Department to establish thorough protocols to safely treat students who suddenly feel ill while they are at school. We want to stress the importance of conducting your own health screening at home, especially as we approach the flu season. It's going to take all of us to ensure a smooth transition to hybrid in-person learning. It's important to start having conversations with your students now about following the guidelines, good hygiene practices, and the importance of wearing a mask. If you haven't read through our mitigation plan, we invite you to do so by visiting our reopening page at susd12.org. Thank you, Sunnyside. Let's all do our part to ensure a responsible reopening.